Hey everybody, it's Matthew again, and I am here with Regina and John, and we're just going to give you some information regarding the brain mapping and neurointegration therapy that we do here, as well as vibroacoustic therapy here at St. John's Recovery Place. So, hi.
Hi.
I know it took us all day to kind of find 5 minutes to spend together, but so tell us a little bit. So, a lot of people that are watching this have already heard my version of the spiel as far as the brain mapping and the neurointegration therapy, but when a client comes in, what's sort of the first step?
First step is the initial brain map, and then that way we collect the data, and then we can see what areas of the brain are functioning normally or not so normally.
Dysregulated, I know is a word that's
yes,
used on the
I
website.
love that word, yes.
So then when we get that brain map and that information, we can see it's actually like a color map, right? So we can see like this area is showing up bright red or this is showing up bright blue. And depending on that color, we can, I guess, target those areas of the brain during the neurointegration therapy.
Yes.
And I don't want to talk too much.
No, please.
We can send those pulsed electromagnetic frequencies, right, to those areas of the brain.
EMF.
And what impact does that have on the brain, those frequencies?
It's brain entrainment. So it's actually retraining the brain to signal differently.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
So it's like rewiring or rebooting.
Absolutely, it is.
The color maps you spoke of earlier, the red parts are the hypoactive, or
Hyper,
hyperactive,
yeah.
the overactive, and the blue spots are the hypoactive, the underactive.
The lazy spots.
The parts of the brain that are, lower than they should be, and parts that are higher than they should be. We put the electrodes based on the maps that Regina takes on these brain maps, and we put these low frequency pulses in there to either raise the parts that are low or lower the parts that are high, and have the brain heal itself, holistically the way it was designed to do.
So no shock therapy.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Tiny little magnetic pulses, no stronger than your wristwatch.
I get asked that question a lot when I'm out in the field, or I can actually not. They won't ask it necessarily, but I can see the look on their face when you start talking about this stuff. So it's very non-invasive. So how many sessions of the neurointegration and the vibroacoustic therapy? How many sessions do they get? If they say they stay here for 28 days, what's the goal?
The goal is 3 brain maps, 10 sessions each before each one. So
And the maps are done at the beginning, middle, and end?
yes, and it shows us the progression and also how we're going to individualize the treatment protocol.
Cool. And so when the client leaves from
So that's like 20 sessions they get total while they're here of NIT and the vibroacoustic therapy, the sound therapy where the tables vibrate and resonate with the natural frequencies of the body, and it's a very enjoyable experience for the clients. So
I
which
hear
is
about
really
Yes.
important, because if they want to do it, they do it more often, and then they get these unbelievable benefits that it's so rewarding to see. That when you see a client come in and then 28 days later to see them leave as completely different people with
Transformational.
it's
beautiful.
really rewarding.
Well, and I get to
special.
see it because I get to talk to the clients after they discharge
Yes.
and when, months later, and they're still talking about this experience,
Yes.
so that's wonderful. So what sort of tangible evidence do we give the client when they leave as far as like the progress that they made?
They have a report that is complete, showing how fast their brain is healed in those areas. And now it shows more how it's processing, and making its own neurochemicals, because, drug is neurotoxic,
Yeah.
and it's very damaging. So it shows the improvement, and then they have that to take with them, and it's almost like, why do I want to ruin my brain?
Quantitative results in a
Yes.
scientific
Yeah.
printed document that shows here was your brain when you first came in, and after a number of therapy sessions, and then midway through you can see a
At least
percentage
a
improvement,
46,
a 40
yeah.
or 50% improvement in neuroplasticity and
So it's not just a
normalization.
bunch of mumbo jumbo,
No,
lay on the
it
bed
shows,
and
it shows the
It's-
reorganization of the whole brain and the areas of the brain that became normalized.
With real EEG results and 3D brain maps that are done by a pretty sophisticated brain
Yes.
algorithm.
aren't our bodies amazing?
It's
I mean, when I think about the damage that I did to myself when I was drinking and using it, to think that there's
be
ways
healed,
to
and that's-
retrain our brain, that's amazing. That's a beautiful thing.
It's very beautiful.
And
We're so
all
proud of
people
it.
can learn to retrain their brains, but here at St. John's we have these amazing conjunction of technologies with NIT and VAT, where it's kind of like a shortcut to jumpstart
The
your
process.
ability to learn how to do this quickly. You can actually learn how to meditate and fix your brain and fix your body in 28 days, and then when you leave here, you have all that training behind you to practice it out in the real world.
That's fantastic. And I know that I talk to therapists when I'm out in the field, some of whom have the versions of this that they offer on an outpatient basis. So that's awesome too. The clients, if they can find a place that they can continue to do this, or they can buy their own bed.
Which I have one in my house. I loved it so much I purchased one.
You did.
That's
And
great.
real quick, I know you guys have an appointment coming in like a minute ago. So I wanted to touch one other thing. So when they leave, you create like a YouTube channel that they can
Yes.
have access to, right?
A
So-
playlist, yeah.
So the same playlist they listen to while they're doing this therapy here,
Yes,
they
have
could
it.
lay on their couch and
Yes.
log in and hear the same. And I imagine when the brain hears that music or that playlist,
It's just
It brings you right back to
That
the
is
creating
so
the
experience
same
cool.
network, the same neurochemicals, everything's just all,
the body reacts to
Yes.
that sound.
yes.
How cool is that? Well, all I can say is that the clients rave about this for months and months and months after they leave here. So thank you so much for everything that you both do. I appreciate your time.
Thank you,
so
Matt.
much.
All right. Bye, guys.